Hello and good morning to you. This is Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt, and thank you that you could be part of another edition of Point Blank. Point Blank is a news and current affairs program airs on this station every Saturday. On the program Point Blank, we'll look at the issues. We'll bring you personalities. We'll come to discuss all of the issues, be it news related issues, human angle stories, everyday stories affecting you. We look at all the sides of the stories on Point Blank, and of course, we do a deep analysis beyond what you would normally have on headlines. And we get straight to the details and getting you informed, giving you the facts of the story. Once again, thank you so much for joining us. My name is Shegun Olabi. Now, don't forget that Point Blank is live on social media, and you can listen to us anywhere in the world on our social media handle. On Twitter, it is Super 93.3 News PH, and Twitter, what you call X, is on Super News PH. On Facebook, it is Super FM 93.3. On Instagram, it is Super 93.3. And on Thread, it is at Super FM 93.3. And of course, you can also send us a short comment as you join our discussion this morning on WhatsApp. The number to participate live on WhatsApp is 09059481021. On Point Blank this morning, it's going to be a two-leg affair as usual. On the second leg of the show, we shall be looking at the blue economy. You recall that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu recently created a ministry in charge of the blue economy. And we'll be asking the question, is River State well positioned to maximize the benefits that will be accruing as a result of creating that very special ministry? And of course, you know that River State is one of the littoral states in the country, and we'll be asking the serious question, what are the benefits that are available as a result of the blue economy? How can River State be part of that revenue, which has been estimated to be about 7 trillion naira annually? But that will be coming up from the 9 o'clock hour. But right now, it's something that's been generating the headline for a very long time. Now, if you've been following the news, it broke on Wednesday, where we gathered that some yet to be identified person invaded the female hostel of the River State University. And the news as we have it is that, well, the female students were disposed of valuables. It was also alleged that 2 female students of the university were raped. But of course, that is a story that the university itself has denied. But again, the fact remains that there was a breach, a security breach at the River State University, and that happened around 3 a.m. in the morning. So a lot of issues have been raised, a lot of questions have been asked. Some students even said that there was a machete attack on them. How correct is that? So on Point Blank this morning, we're digging deeper into the security breach at the female hostel of the River State University. What is the truth? What is the fake? And what is the outright exaggeration of the situation at the River State University? And it is a great privilege to have joining us in the studio this morning to look at all of this issue and giving us all sides to it and looking at the facts and what the truths are and what the public needs to know and what the university is doing. Briefly, this is to say that the university itself has been speaking to the press. The River State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, has visited the university to speak to the students and also to assure the students that the River State government will be doing something about the situation. But we have joining us this morning the Vice Chancellor of the River State University, Professor Lerum Okogbule, FCIARB, DSSRS. Professor Okogbule assumed office as the Vice Chancellor of the university about 3 years ago. He's been in the academics for more than 25 years, and over 12 years of that has been a professor. Is a professor of international law and human rights. And, well, is a fantastic gentleman that's been doing a very good work. It's a great pleasure having you in the studio of Super FM this morning, Professor Lerum Okogbule. Thank you so much for coming to the studio.
Thank you very much for having me.
So, again, we'll be looking at all of the issues that happen at the university. And it's so interesting. In the last 3 years, we have been following your track record as the Vice Chancellor of the River State University. I mean, you've scored a very good record. But this particular incident, which is not the first of its time, but the first in your tenure, seems to be casting a shadow on doubt on that blemish record that you've created for yourself as the Vice Chancellor of the River State University. Do you feel the same way?
Well, definitely, I feel that it's something that shouldn't have happened in the first place, and so we are depressed. That we have had this kind of situation. And like I said earlier on, as a university, we're also taking measures to ensure that this kind of thing does not happen again.
Mm.
Yes.
Professor Kobler, you're not new to the university system. In fact, just like we said in the interview, you've been in the university system 25 years and you've had several sterling records. You've headed some very important committee. I recall that you were the member of the Council of Legal Education between 2001 and 2018, and also member Nigeria Association of Law Teachers, member Nigerian Society of International Law, chairman board of directors, Institute of Human Rights and Humanitarian Law, and president several group. But again, this particular incident, one was thinking that, well, perhaps the facts will be right. You told journalists yesterday that no student of the university was raped, but what we have is that two students of the university were raped. Why do we have this mix of facts?
Well, it's unfortunate that has come out to the press and people are saying all kinds of things. But the truth of the matter is that, like I mentioned yesterday, no student of the River State University was raped. Secondly, it's also important to clarify that there was no shooting on that day. People are carrying all kinds of stories, exaggerations here and there, false information that students were raped. There was no such thing. There was also no shooting, that somebody would say that for about 1 hour there was shooting and then nobody came out. It's not correct. The truth of the matter is that on that Thursday morning, about that 2 a.m., there was a breach of security and some group of persons, hoodlums, broke into part of the laundry section of the female hostel and then created a small hole from which they entered and then collected some phones from the students and laptops. We have verified and found out that 27 persons were involved. They collected their phones and then 3 laptops. That's what actually happened. There was no shooting at all on that day.
But have you spoken to the student? Because you see, again, some of the students spoke to journalists, and one of the
No, no.
students said, "Let me just tell you what the student said." She said, "The boys came into the hostel from the backside where our laundry room is.
Yes.
They raped some and took many phones and laptop. After all this, the security is telling us to wait. Wait for what?
No.
If we
That's not
will
correct.
they allow this to happen?" Another student said to us, "There is no way you will say these criminals came from inside the school. They came from outside. If you're coming from outside, the late, you have to bribe the school security 1,000 naira, and they will take 1,000 naira. Then you'll be allowed inside the school." So again, a whole lot of allegation going on there. Because,
and I'm saying so. I'm saying, as the vice chancellor, I'm a professor of international law and human rights. I'm saying that there was no rape at all. I'm saying so. I stand by it because I have investigated. I have contacted, I've spoken to the students. There was no such incident.
There is the insinuation, and I think that insinuation came out and when the governor visited.
Yes.
When the governor saw where these people came in from, the governor suggested that there must be an insider collaboration.
It's very obvious. It's very obvious. When you get there and see where this thing happened, you can see that it's only somebody who understands the geography of that area that will be able to say, look, I can penetrate through this area. And that's what actually happened. And the governor was clearly on point when he said that he must have been one of the students, some students in the campus. So we are aware of that. And that's why we are taking very strict measures to ensure that that kind of thing does not happen again. And I want to also assure you and assure members of the public that the university is not taking this matter lightly. You can see how important it is that we have taken measures. After the incident, we moved in immediately, inspected the place, and then we took a decision, we had management meeting immediately, and then thereafter, we took a number of decisions. We said, okay, we have to inform members of the university community and the general public about what happened. And soon after, to demonstrate the commitment of the River State government to the progress and development of River State University, His Excellency, the visitor to the university, came himself and saw it himself. And he made that observation, which was very, very correct, that this thing couldn't have happened from those from outside. It must be somebody or some group of persons from inside who understand the terrain and how they can penetrate. That's what happened. So we are investigating, and the police is helping us. We're working very hard. And I can tell you, although it's a security matter that I won't go into the details, but very soon we are going to get those that are involved.
Fantastic. I also know that you've set up a 9-man committee. I'll be asking you what are the assignment for the 9-man committee. But again, Prof, does it surprise you that a university as big as the Rivers State University does not even have a CCTV? We don't even have a CCTV in a sensitive area as the female hostel, even if it is within the surrounding.
No. You see, the point is, yes, it's technology is advancing, and it's important to have these gadgets, but also remember.
You're tuned to Point Blank, and I'm speaking to Professor Lerum Okogbole. He is the Vice Chancellor of the Rivers State University. We're digging deeper into the security breach at the female hostel of the Rivers State University just some 2 days ago. And Professor Lerum Okogbole is here in the studio to tell us the facts of the story, what the real situation was, and what the truth apart from what you've heard in the media and what the media is reporting. Is here to clarify all issues and also to ask a question. So, Professor Lerum Okogbole, I was asking you that how come a big university as the Rivers State University does not even have a CCTV, and we don't even have CCTV around the hostels?
Well, see, as I was saying, technology is advancing, and it's important to have, a facility like that, around the university environment. But don't also forget that the installation and the equipment that is required to have the CCTV around the whole campus is quite expensive. And so as a university, we are working on that to ensure that the whole university campus, not only the main campus, but also the campuses have CCTV, functional, to ensure that when incidents like this happen, which we don't, of course, pray for, we're able to identify what really happened. And of course, this thing has a psychological effect. If you have a CCTV, it has a way of scaring people, knowing that at the end of the day, they will be detected. So we're working on that. We're already making arrangements. And very shortly, you'll see that is in place.
All right. So that's reassuring. But again, we just hope that will be done in a matter of time. Now, we also know you've set up a 9-man committee. Tell us about this 9-man committee, and why do you think this is what you need to do, setting up the committee? Why do you think this is what you need to do?
Yeah. The purpose of having a committee is to investigate and find out the details, what really happened, time by time, say from 9 a.m., what happened this time to that time and all that. That is the purpose of having a committee. And then, of course, the committee will identify those that were culpable, those that did not do what they're supposed to have done at that point in time, and they will be able to deal with the matter. And then thereafter, they will also make recommendations, which will take on board and address as quickly as possible. So that's the purpose of having a committee.
Yes, that is fantastic. But again, one was thinking that what the university would have done quickly is to reassure the student themselves, because we saw the students embark on a protest, particularly the female students. It was on the social media.
Yes.
I was thinking that maybe the university would have embarked on a way of talking to the students.
We did that. I want to inform members of the public that we did that as early as possible, about 6 a.m. The deputy vice chancellors, admin, and academic were there. The CSO and some other the dean of student affairs, they were all there with the students, and we all went through those processes. I had gone to Abuja for NUC assignments on core curriculum content that we are going to have from the next academic session. We had an NUC meeting. But I came back that same morning, and immediately after the reassurance, we held a management meeting, and then we put out this notice for staff and students. But before then, the two deputy vice chancellors were there moving around with the students, and they reassured them that the university was going to take very important action to ensure that this thing was handled. So, but, well, of course, what is happening. Sometimes when some of these things happen, and then people say, oh, this has happened somewhere, we can just demonstrate and all that. But I don't blame them. They were expressing their views, and which was also correct.
Yeah,
But,
fantastic.
so I mean, like I said, I'm a human rights person. We want as much as possible give people the opportunity to express themselves, and particularly when rights are involved. So I don't see anything wrong in what has happened in terms of the students expressing their views, even though sometimes students they go to the extreme.
But again, Professor Kobule, we want you to confirm to us, because we also have it as allegation that one or two of the students were admitted in hospital. How correct is that?
Yeah, it's true. One student who initially tried to resist the request to surrender her phone sustained injury, and that student was taken to the university clinic. And another student, an asthmatic person running, fell, and then so those 3 students were taken to the hospital. 2 of them have been discharged. In fact, even the third one is just outpatient. They were treated and asked to go.
So what is the status of this third one? Because our correspondent spoke to the third one on a sick bed.
Yes.
Is the management of the university taking care as the management visited?
Yes, we have. CSO, we have all seen her. It's just somebody that was slapped. She was slapped on the ear, and then that's.
Prof, you're just saying just slaps.
Yes, I'm telling you what happened. I'm telling you what happened. Yes, and then maybe from there were issues. So that's why she's receiving the treatment. She has been discharged.
You're listening to Point Blank, coming to you from Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt, and we're digging deep into the situation that happened at the River State University. Well, what we gather is that unknown persons, yet to be identified persons, breached the security into the female hostel of the university and gained access, harassing the female student. The management has clarified that no student was raped, and the management has also clarified that there was no shooting. Of course, the management clarified that there was a breach of the security of the university, and he said it is on top of the situation. So we're speaking to the Vice Chancellor of the university, Professor Sunday Leonard Okobule, which we're very appreciative that you can come talk to us this morning. Thank you so much again. So we'll throw up on the telephone lines for you to call, send us your comments, and join the conversation this morning. The number is 070 50791021. That is 07050791021, as well as 08117431021. That is 08117431021. Now, you can send us a short WhatsApp message on our WhatsApp line. Make it 30 seconds. Tell us where you're calling from. Ask a question. And to send your WhatsApp message, 090-5948-1021. On WhatsApp, that is 090-5948-1021. Send us your WhatsApp message. Join us live. We're live on Facebook. You can see what is going on in the studio on Facebook. On Facebook, it is Super 93.3 FM. You can join us live and put your comments there and watch this discussion going on live. Let's take a couple of calls and we'll come back talking more to Professor Kobule. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us. This is Point Blank.
My name is Akanto. I'm calling from Muri. Good.
Akanto, good morning.
Good morning, Shegu. Good morning, the Bishop, the Bishop of River State University.
Okay, thank you.
Well, sir, I have just 2 questions to ask you. As a feeler, I know that, let me commiserate with your institution for that innovation, even though students were raped or not. I know that the manager wants to play down on what the security breach in that institution, because I have friends who are in that institution. But sir, we work together. There is a feeler that about 80% of the security in that school are of men of 50 years and about 70 years. Sir, is it true? Second question, sir. CCTV in that institution, the big institution, is not functioning. And thirdly, there are agents of this criminality or criminals in this institution. And security agency are part of them. Thank you, and God bless you. Bye. I had questions.
All right. Thank you so much, Akanto. Let's take another one. Hello, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us. This is Point Blank. Hello. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, the number to call again, 07050791021, 08117431021. So, Prof, let's come back to the issue of
I
who
think,
the
can I
security...
address those questions?
Please.
Yes, let me address the issues raised by him. The first one, you are talking about people say over 80%.
Prof, let's just hold on. I think a call is coming in. Yes, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Pastor Sheldon.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, good morning.
Yes.
Yes, Pastor Sheldon. Good morning.
We can hear you. Tell us again where you're calling from. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, my name is Shadrach. I'm calling you for OG.
Shadrach, go ahead and ask your question.
I agree to. Yes, good morning. I agree to your guest in the studio. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, morning. Thank you.
Pastor Sheldon.
Go ahead,
I discovered that the last comment we your guest made, it really placed me for my mind that you say that just slap the girl. They are not to use the word that be like insult. That kind of comment is not supposed to come as whether it's a slap or it's not slap. It's what they call what criminal act. The guy is not walking on the road, someone slapping. He's in school. The hostel is inside the school. But according to the story, the fence at the back fence are further. The authority, they are not aware. Then according to the story, the children say that twice, this thing, the criminal, the thief, they used to come. It's not the first time they come. They used to come to the house. The last thing, the question I want to ask, where is security is guiding the school? And all these things going on.
All right, thank you so much. Shadrach, thank you so much. I think you made your point. Thank you so much, Shadrach. Let's take another one here. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us. Yes, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Sodin from Port Harcourt.
Sodin, good morning.
Shegu, I greet you.
Thank you.
And Professor in the city, I also greet you.
Okay, thank you.
This morning we are pained. Rivers people are pained over that incident. And you asked a question to the VC. Why is it there is no closed circuit TV, CCTV? I left the school 30 years ago. So that university has been there for over 40 years. And we are looking at security implications, students, children in an institution. And I know this is not the first time they've had security issues. So the VC is saying you should look at the cost implication of installing a CCTV. And I asked the question, how much? Look at how many students are in the university. Look at how much funds are generated by school fees in the university.
Okay.
So one would say, like an appeal, that please, VC, your management team should please, as a matter of urgency, fix up CCTV everywhere in the university. Okay. And to reassure the students, because it's painful to me. That's my school, and I'm going back to do my master's in the school. Our students must be assured. VC, I beg you, if you have your child in that school, okay, I'm sure you will think the other way. The security issue should be done immediately. CCTV is not rocket science. It does not cost so much. That should be done, and River State should have peace. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sudim, and we quite appreciate that. So again, let me just allow Prof to ask the question. Prof, go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. The first question talked about the people in the security unit, that most of them are over 70 or 80 years. That's again not correct. The retirement age for non-academic staff in the university system is 65 years. So there's nobody that is over 65 that is still in the system, in the security unit. Now, but of course, you have, as somebody is working, there are those that are getting old. Now, don't forget that very recently, we carried out a recruitment exercise and we employed some security hands, some new hands. So as people are getting old in the system, they're leaving, retiring, and others are taking over. So it's not a question of having people who are over 70 or 80 years.
But
in
Prof,
service.
I
That's
think
the first one.
the point the caller
No,
was
no.
making
You
is
said they
that-
are old persons.
I'm
I'm
I
coming to the
think
second one.
point, you will get it. The point the
Yes.
caller is making is that how come this event happened and the security was not aware?
No.
And that shows that the
I'm coming
security is
to
not
that.
agile.
I'm coming to that. I'm coming to the
Yes.
second part of what he asked. You know, the first one was that there are old people that are 70, 80 years. I said that's not correct, because we must put the facts as they are. The retirement age is 65 for non-academic staff. For academic staff is 70. So that's the first thing. Then the other one is the response of the security. And I've mentioned to you that we are on top of the situation in terms of trying to find out who was at fault in terms of, performing his or her function, and those that were, delinquent in not performing their functions. That's why we have a committee to investigate fully at the time it happened, between this time and this time, what really happened. Was there any noise? Was there any alarm? And what was the response? Was there any response? Why was there no response? That's the kind of thing that the committee will unravel. And for us to
there's
respond.
another side to that,
Yes.
because one of the students we
Because in
spoke
addition to that, let me also tell you,
Yes.
in addition to that, we have a tactical team, because it's a security, it's not everything that I'm going to talk about. We have a
Yes.
tactical team that patrols within the university security personnel that patrol the university campus in the evening. So, these are things we need to find out what happened. Why was it that they did not hear of this kind of situation? And that's why I was talking about the fact that there was no shooting. If there was shooting, every people would have heard. There was no shooting.
All right, fantastic. Let me just take some messages that are coming in, and we'll take more of the calls. Again, the numbers to call 07050791021, 08117431021. And we're speaking to Professor Lerumo Kogbele. He is the Vice Chancellor of the Rivers State University. The university has been on the headline for some days now as a result of a security breach when yet to be identified persons gain entrance into the female hostel. The management has clarified that it is not true that students were raped. Yes, confirmed that some students were scared and some were injured, and three of them receiving treatment. Two have been discharged. One is currently in hospital. The management also confirmed that some possession of the students were taken. The university has decided to replace this possession and has set up a 9-man committee to investigate the situation surrounding that breach at the Rivers State University. However, there are a whole lot of issues, and there's so much assurances that the management would give to the parents of the students of the Rivers State University. So let me come to this message. Also, Francis Namani is from Amanguze, Enugu State, and is listening live to the program. He said, "Good morning. The Rivers State government should harness the abundant resources in the state and come up with best sustainable measure towards tackling the height of insecurity at the Rivers State University." And that's from Ozo. Thank you so much, Ozo. We quite appreciate that. Another one. Good morning, Shegun and Prof. Please, there are two strategic state actors at the main gate and back gate. So how come this hoodlum successfully carried out this crime without apprehension? What is the synergy between the school and the state actors? That's another one. Let's take this one. Good morning, Shegun, and your guest, Prof. Please, the student life should be well secured by the university management. Please, the management should not wait until shooting happen before putting security measure right. And this is from Edition Indem from Aleto Eleme. And Wisdom Iginewari is sending us message. Wisdom said, good morning. Let me have Wisdom, please. Wisdom said, good morning, Pastor Shegun and the Prof. I want to ask, how come this hoodlum gain access into the university, knowing fully well that we have two major police divisions at the gate and back gate, as well as the security department of the university? How come there was no response from any quarters, and until this moment no arrests have been made? Well, those are security issues, and those are some of the issues that we need to also discuss maybe with the police, because we have about 3 police stations surrounding this area. Again, how come the students don't even know how to send an emergency message to the police? Maybe they've not been well educated. I wonder what you teach them when they come to school.
No, in the course of the orientation, we give even the phone numbers of those that they should call in case of emergency. But we are human beings. Sometimes people are, and again, sometimes when this kind of thing happens, you'll be in a state of confusion. I must give it to the students. Sometimes maybe in a state of confusion, you'll not be able to call. But of course, eventually, it was a student that finally called before we now responded. So right. It's the point is, for me, as the Vice Chancellor, I want to reassure students and the members of the general public that we have taken measures to ensure the safety of lives and property on campus. Now, knowing the importance of phone now, if you have been using a telephone, this a handset, and you don't have it 1 minute, it's like the whole world is gone. So that's why the management of the university decided to take measures to replace these things for the students, so that at least they can be able to communicate and interact with their relations and friends.
Once again, we must thank you, Professor Kobule, for talking to us. I just wanted to stay with us. We'll take some more calls. Several people are trying to join us and place their call. Let's take this call now. Hello, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us. This is Point Blank. Okay, we lost that call. Let's take another one. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Prof.
Yes.
Good morning.
Morning. Thank you.
First and foremost, my name is Chief Comrade I.M. Briggs.
Chief Comrade I.M. Briggs, thank you so much for joining us.
First and foremost, I think, Prof, you are... Yes.
Chief I.M. Briggs, your line is breaking.
Very cooperative step. Yeah, can you hear me, Chago?
Yes, okay, we're hearing you.
Hello, Chago.
Yes.
Okay. I said you are taking a very proactive step, but for me, the statement he made that none of them were immolest, that is where I have issue. Because the Prof was so hasty in making that statement. Prof were not there when the incident happened, and the student who is confirming that such thing happened, and Prof is debunking it. That is where I am more concerned. Prof shouldn't have taken such a
Mr. Briggs, thank you so much. Your line is not very clear, but we appreciate the fact that you could call us. We'll take another call now. We apologize, but the line is not a very clear one. Let's take another one. The number again, 070-5079-1021. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, the very distinguished Pastor Shegu Ola. How are you doing this month?
Very fine. Good morning to you.
The very distinguished this month. Yes, so I remember the very distinguished Temple Okere.
Temple Okere, good morning.
So permit me to salute. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, morning. Thank you.
Yes, so the very... Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I think I want to salute Prof to at least for coming on board, at least throwing more light on the incident that took place. I think I would say it's a very good one. I would say welcome, Prof.
Thank you.
But the very distinguished, like Prof rightly said, that some panel committee has been set up. I'm looking at the position of Prof on some of the comments he made. It's not obvious to us that Prof has already taken this position, or let's say has already taken stand. Okay. And wouldn't it make it inconsequential, whatever the outcome of, whatever the committee that will come up with, contrary to what Prof has stated earlier. And when we look at the architectural, view of the entire, school community, is it not wise that at this point in time, that somebody at least either being suspended to concrete and smooth investigation in regard of the level of the security response?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Temple Okere.
The investigation. I don't think.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Now, I just want to take some comment. Prof, you can go ahead and take that, and we'll be taking some comment that are coming in on the WhatsApp. So, Temple Okere was saying that now you've already, the management has issued a statement even before Constituent Committee. So, it's like preempting.
No, that we are not preempting at all. The purpose of the committee is to look into the matter fully. What we have is an interim report, both from the CSO, from the interview that we had with the students and all those that were involved. That's how we got this interim. But the committee will now dig deep into the matter to find out those that were culpable, those that did not do what they ought to have done. And then, or for example, the number of students, is it the 25 that we are hearing, or is more than 25, or it's 5 or 10? No, that's the purpose of the committee. And then it is only after that that we can now say, look, this is the position. If somebody is culpable, then we now know what to do to the person as management.
Well, fantastic. So again,
I'm a lawyer. You won't just punish somebody without. There are some preliminary things I've done, which I will not also disclose. But I have done something. I've,
All right.
yes.
I understand what you're trying to say,
Yes.
Prof. So again, we're speaking to Professor Ilerum Okogbole. Now, a lot of people are commenting on when you said the student was just
Let me also clarify. Let me
let me
just
say
one
this.
minute, one minute,
Okay,
one
very
minute. Let me just clarify.
Yes.
And when I said that we have made arrangement to replace the laptops, it is just an interim measure, because the way we are going, let me also say, the way we are going to apprehend the culprits. We're going to apprehend, and then we're going to recover some of those handsets, if not all of them.
All right,
but
fantastic.
as an interim measure, that's why we did that.
Okay, so let's take some comments that are coming in on our WhatsApp. So we just want to hear from you and those on the WhatsApp. Let's hear this. Good morning.
Good morning, Pastor Shegun.
Thank
My
you so
name
much.
is Daniel. I'm calling you from Port Harcourt.
Daniel, good
My
morning.
concern is on the speech of the VC.
Okay.
You can't trivialize if it was his own daughter that was slapped or that was that was robbed. That's a trauma on itself. It's a trauma, and it can affect the student psychologically. So coming to the studio to defend the university, I think, is uncalled for.
Okay.
What he should do is to look for measures to put in place as to forestall this occurrence again, and not to come here and defend the porous situation of River State University. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Daniel. I think Daniel said you're not empathetic.
No. Yeah, that's let me respond to that.
Yes.
What happened? We are all. I started by saying that it's interesting, something that we're all depressed about what happened in River State University. It's an unfortunate situation. It's an ugly situation. We empathize and sympathize with the students. We sympathize with their parents, and that's why we are concerned. We have taken measures. So I'm not trivializing anything at all. And I'm also saying that as the head of the institution, we are taking measures to ensure that this ugly incident does not happen again. You recall where we were over 3 years ago, and what we have been able to achieve this past 3 years, that the River State University is today a university of choice. And people are talking about it.
Actually, I wish we also look at.
You remember that I had to even destroy the security village, the place they used to call security village, where we used to have cultists and criminals. I made sure that was done, and that brought sanity into the system. So if we have seen this isolated incident, we are going to address it.
All right,
and assure people that we are going to do that.
Again, let me just take 2 more voice messages, and we'll be going forward into the discussion. Yes, good morning, and thank you for joining us. This is Point Blank. Hello. All right, so we have the voice messages coming in, and you must send your voice message. Please kindly send it 090-5948-1021, and that is the number to send the voice message to. And also, don't forget, you can call all online. Michael Oyiboya, thank you so much. We'll receive your message. And he said, I think the VC is not empathic enough. Well, again, the VC has explained that that's not true, that they are so depressed, and the situation is a very disturbing situation. But again, VC said, yes. A lot of people have said, even the chief security officer of the university, ordinarily, one was expecting that the chief security officer of the university would have a military or intelligent background. Is that what we have in the university? Because what I gathered was that he was employed based on ethnic sentiments. How correct is that?
Well, again, that's not correct. The man has been working in the security unit all these years.
Does he have a security background?
No, he has.
Does he have intelligent training?
Well, he has intelligent training. He has the certificate in security management, which he got as somebody working in the security unit.
But so because the reason why I'm saying this is this. Some of the students, if you allow me, Prof, some of the students complained that outsiders will bribe the security with 1,000 to get access into the university. So if you're saying that the CSO of the university is well trained, is maybe a retired security man, a retired military man, why would this happen? So are you confirming to us that he's a security man?
I've heard about that now, that what is happening is this. And sometimes it's not some of these things that will come and say in public. Students will have a time frame for people to come in when the gates will be shut. But sometimes I'm hearing now that some come in late, and then now, in order to allow them come in, they now collaborate with the security men, give them something to allow them come in.
1,000 naira.
Yes. You see, those are things. So now I have that information. And,
So if security man has been collecting 1,000, who says security cannot sabotage the security of the
that's
university?
the point I'm making. That's the point I'm making. That now with this information, that some students come in late. The time frame is 10 o'clock. After that, this case should be short. But if after that somebody now comes in and says, okay, that is. But again, we're going to address that. I've set machinery in motion.
But again, I want you
be
to
able to
clarify
respond
to
to
the
that kind of
public
situation.
that the CSO of the university has the requisite competence
He has.
to manage.
He has been working in the security unit, and he has undergone training on security, for several courses and all that he has done. So he's competent.
All right,
And he's doing very well. I want to say it publicly here that this isolated incident does not really mean that it's not working. He has been working. And since I came on board, I can tell you a number of things. Sometimes we apprehend somebody. So there was one we apprehended recently, who wanted to carry these armored cables. When they now got in touch with his relative, the sister, he said, as they catch me, where they find my belly, they find my belly by stealing. So all kinds of things we are doing. Where the chief security officer is working, and without prejudicing what the committee will say or recommend. But the point is that we are working, and this isolated incident will not deter us from moving ahead to ensure that there is safety of lives and property on the university campus. Not only the main campus, but also
Actually, I'm going to talk about
yes,
that because
not only the main campus, but also the campuses.
Because I wanted us to go to take
Yes.
some messages.
Also the
because
campuses.
we have complained that Ahoda campus of the
Yes.
university is
Yes.
quite porous.
Mm.
In fact, what we have, or when we sent our correspondents there, is that, well, I don't like using the word because we're on radio. It's
No,
like
don't worry.
more
That's what I'm saying.
prostitution
See,
there.
don't worry. That's what I'm saying. That even those ones, we're dealing with them. Let me also reveal that in all the campuses outside the main campus, we have 8 security men, 8 policemen that are there, in addition to our own internal security, to ensure that the safety of lives and the property is secured. So we're doing all that. But this thing we are talking about, I'm also going to again inspect the campuses and see what is happening. We have addressed the students. We have spoken to them, those that are working there, both the security, the people in the hostels and all that. No, those are things. There are challenges. When you have a multi-campus system, it entails a lot of things.
Fantastic.
And by the grace of God, we are working very hard. With the support of the River State government, I want to say that the River State government has been very, very supportive of River State University. If you look at what we have on campus, and they have been supporting us. We are hoping that support will continue.
Now, we will talk a little bit more about the support because I'm aware of the 16 billion naira released to the university. I want to see what I want you to tell.
No. That's for the project. That's for the.
Okay. Anyway, maybe you might just want to talk about that if you're interested. But again, there are other issues. You're tuned to Point Blank, and we're having a conversation with the Vice Chancellor of the River State University, Professor Ilerum Okobole. Is a professor of international law and human rights. The unfortunate incident that happened at the River State University has made news headline, whereby some female students were harassed by yet to be identified hoodlum. But the management has denied reports on the media that some students were raped, said it is not true. Students were not raped, and also said it is not true that the management is not doing anything. According to Vice Chancellor of the university, the management has constituted a 9-man committee and is taking serious measures to deal with this particular issue. So we'll just take more calls and we'll come back talking to Professor Okobole. Good morning and thank you for joining us. This is Point Blank.
Yes, my name is Tammy from Thai local government.
Thank you so much for joining us, Tammy.
Good morning. The incident that happened in US is a very bad one, very sad. And if you see, I want to appeal to you. We have several higher institutions in River State. And when an incident like this happens, a grievous incident that happens in a big university like this, there's a danger, perceived danger in other institutions. I want to appeal to the VC to talk to other VCs or rectors or provost of other universities that have this. I don't know either they have a meeting where issue about security has been discussed. If there was none, I want to appeal to him.
Okay.
They should have it. Captain Amadi Polytechnic, Sawa Polytechnic,
All right.
Ignacius, and so on.
Sammy, thank you so much. I think you've made your point. Let's take another one here. Good morning and thank you for joining us. This is Point Blank.
Good morning, Pastor Shegu.
Good morning. Could you turn down the volume on your radio set to avoid your holdback?
No, my radio is not on.
Yes, go ahead.
My radio is not on. Okay. I'm Victor, calling from Abulema.
Thank you so much for joining us.
I want to salute the Oga with you.
Okay, thank you very much.
The only contribution I want to make this morning is that we should not always wait for something to happen before we start running here and there. Let us always look up and project and see what may fall out tomorrow and arrest it today.
Yes.
You don't wait till when it happens before you start moving on. It's not now. Let this one be a lesson to us that let us now start to go beyond this one. Check other areas where a similar thing may happen.
All right.
Let us start to tidy it up, hold it strong, so that when they check, because all these things are played out is within, I am sure, within the campus.
All right.
So let them know that all eyes on deck now. That
Fantastic.
any slightest thing.
Thank you so much, Victor. Thank you so much. I think you've made your point there. I just want to take some of the WhatsApp messages.
Pastor
Good morning.
Shegu Ulabi.
Thank you so much. Good morning. Yes.
And good morning to my erudite professor in the studio.
Good morning.
My name is Royal Chief Ambassador Magnus Edo.
Chief Magnus, good morning.
Farmer ruler of the Ewa village in Kwawa community. I'm getting confused about the stories Prof is giving to us because he wasn't there. And those that was raped was saying that they were raped, even though the newsmen that aired their voices couldn't air names of those that said that they were raped. How could Prof justify the fact that he have agreed that there was armed robbery attack on students?
All right, thank you so much, Royal Chief Magnus Edo. Again, we sent 30 seconds, but Prof has clarified here that there was no rape case, and we'll just stay with that. Let's take another one.
Good morning, Pastor Shegun.
Good morning.
Good morning, Professor.
Yeah, morning. Thank you.
Please, as much as I can follow up this matter since this thing happened a few days ago, I'm sure that the student now, they are the one living inside the hostel or whatsoever. Please, the university management should make sure such incident did not occur again. And also concur with the governor, Sasim Fubara, by saying is some of the students that even may be connected to this issue. Please, it's not good that our students will be robbed, collecting their belonging for crying out loud. Please, the management should do something. Thank you. Edidion from Petrochemical.
Thank you, Edidion. We'll take two more.
Thank you very much.
We'll take two more.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sunday, listening from Port Harcourt.
Sunday, good morning.
We're so sad that such level of security breaches could happen in a modern day society. Even look at the proximity of the university community, where there is a security police division, even at the main gate and at the back gate. And robbers can break in, rob the hostel, and goes free without anybody being apprehended, without any. No, it's so sad. And for the VC to come to the studio to say it is just slap, that an armed robber went to a girl's hostel to slap a girl, and the VC said it's just a slap. No, now that is an insult to Rivers people, an insult to the student, an insult to the parents of the student. Please, the VC should withdraw that statement. It's not just slap. The girl was molested.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. The VC is listening to you, and we'll take one more.
Shego, good morning. My name is Michael.
Michael, good
Shego,
morning.
I think the VC needs to show more empathy, considering that these things have happened to children, little children, and it's going to go a long way to affect their psychological stability. You know, you'll be in school and you're so full of fear, you won't be able to learn well, so they can do more. And when he says they're on top of the situation, that's not adequately assuring, because if they were on top of the situation, this thing shouldn't have happened in the first place. So they can do more. These students should not be in school and be expect this to happen. It's going to distract them. They are not political talks that are ready to fight every other time, please. So they can do better. Thank you.
Well, fantastic. Thank you so much. Well, again, that's the much we're going to take on the WhatsApp messages. I will thank everyone.
Can I just respond?
Yes, you will respond. Yes. Go ahead, Prof.
Okay, thank you. As I said earlier on, I'm not trying to downplay what happened. We sympathize with the students. We sympathize with their parents. We ourselves, we are parents. And when those kind of things happen to any of us or our children, we will not be happy. So we are not happy about what happened. And that's why I said we are taking every possible action to ensure that we track and get those culprits. We are going to apprehend them. And I'm not going to talk about the details. We are going to get them. And you'll see what we're going to do to them. So that's the first thing. Now, the other one is to reassure people that there is security of lives and property on campus. And we have intensified our security measures. Because, like I said earlier on, if you look at where we are coming from and what we have been able to do these past 3 years, you will see that there is relative peace and concord in the university community. People come and then they say, okay, yeah, this place is very conducive and all that. Now, this isolated case that has happened, we're going to address it. And that's why we have set up this committee to give us full report. And then we'll be able to implement those recommendations. So I'm not trivializing it. I'm not downplaying on what happened, but I'm only clarifying when people talk about the fact that, oh, there was rape, there was shooting. Yeah, well, these are things that people, exaggerate things and
but
to
again,
serve
Prof,
particular purposes.
yes,
So we are doing our best to ensure
yes,
that
you have clarified that
yes.
there was no rape.
Yes.
But again, you are also a professor of law. There could be sexual molestation, and psychologically,
no problem. That's what we are saying.
Is also as heavy
Now,
as rape.
yes. Now the committee will get that full report and we'll be able to deal with all those issues. When we get this report, we'll be able to deal. This one, what we have is an interim report. We made some inquiries. We asked some students, and then they gave us this information. But in the course of the panel's proceedings, they'll be able to find out what really happened.
But let
and
us
then
even
get
look at
more
Prof,
details.
let us even look at the state of the hostels themselves. Because from what the students say is that sometimes they don't have water, no light, the hostel is poorly managed. How correct is that?
Well, these are some of the things. One, first of all, you don't have any perfect environment, but as much as possible, we have light, we have water on the campuses.
How constant is water and light on the campus, on the hostels?
We have constant water supply. We have constant water supply. Power supply, sometimes you know what is happening from PHEDC, and then also when that one is not on, we have generating sets that provide power. So
Professor, I just like to talk about one or two other things as it relates to the campus. I've just said, I mean, for the last in the next 4 minutes, we're rounding up. You've had a very fantastic record 3 years. But again, one key allegation that, Prof, perhaps you need to look at is the issue of sorting. We gather that lecturers are still receiving sorting on your campus. How correct is that?
Well, you see, we have an academic ethics enforcement committee in the university. The moment we get wind of any such thing, we refer them to the committee. Some of them have been queried, some of them have been warned, some are facing council committee on this kind of thing. So we're dealing. One, of course, we are aware that something that happened. We have dealt with that case. One is there was a case we had, and the person was suspended by council, in fact, dismissed by council earlier on. So we are addressing those issues. The moment we get any report, like somebody said, sometimes some of these things are allegations, but when you now say, okay, come and buttress your allegation, people are not forthcoming. But we have gone beyond that one to establish anonymous channels to get information. And the moment we get those information, we deal with them.
And also the issue of ethnic sentiment in dealing with issue, particularly when the management of the university, a large number of the management of the university are from a particular ethnic group in Rivers State.
No. That, for me, that is not happening at all. Let me tell you.
Okay.
By the grace of God, whatever I do, I carry everybody along. We are pointing to positions, people from different parts of the state, people from other parts of the country. That is what, if I look at the committees that I have, the chairman of committees and the directors, people from different places. I'm not an ethnic jingoist. I mean, I've never been. I keep saying, I'm a professor of international law and human rights, and I know the implications of some of these things. So when people talk about this, no. It's not correct.
Well, fantastic, Professor Larry Mukugbe. What word would you want to say? A lot of parents are listening to us. Some of them have commented to make their feelings known. Some of the students are even listening to us now. I know you've said the management is on it. How do you want to reassure them, not only in the Port Harcourt campus, even at other campus and other campuses? Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying, to reassure the students and their parents and the general public that Rivers State University is safe and secure, and that we are taking measures, additional measures, to guarantee safety and security on campus. Not only the main campus, but also the other campuses. I'm sure you're aware that we have, 4 other campuses of the university.
Yes.
At Ahoda, Emoha, Eche, and Sakwenwa. And then we also have, the clinical and the basic clinical. It's not easy to run these campuses, but we are doing our best. And we have given that assurance that there is security of lives and property. That's why we are taking these extra measures, which I outlined earlier on. That this is what we are doing. We have security men. We have other measures that are in place. In the campus, we're also working with the communities to ensure that there is. Recently there was something that happened at Eche. We were able to apprehend the people with the support of the community. We apprehended the people, and then we retrieved all those things. So we are really working hard to ensure that there is security of lives and property on the campuses.
Professor Larry Mukugbe is a professor of international law and human rights. Is the vice chancellor, Rivers State University. And Prof, I think you have a last word. Yes.
Yeah. The last word is just to appreciate what people have said, and to say that we are working assiduously to ensure that we have safety of lives and security on campus. And I also like to appreciate the timely intervention. And the moment the governor got about this, and he came to the campus and he saw it himself, and he immediately commented that this thing couldn't have been done by an outsider, which is the correct. Yes, so I was. I want to commend His Excellency the Governor of Rivers State and visitor to our university for his timely intervention. The moment he got wind of this situation, he came to the school himself to see things by himself, and he saw that this thing couldn't have been done by an outsider. So we are going to fish out those culprits. We're going to fish out with the support of the security officers. We'll be able to get them, and then recover some of those stolen laptops and the phones. So just to assure
Fantastic.
members of the public that the Rivers State University is safe and secure for students and staff.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Professor Larry Mukugbe, for coming to speak to us on Point Blank on Super FM. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
You're listening to Point Blank this Saturday, and we'll be going on a break. After that, guests coming up. Stay with us. Thank you.